praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshai Bashem Rakakudah Shalom to the 144,000 rest of you elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to make this super quick, like I said. And I'm going to entitle this video, Jake Made America Great. The presidents before Washington were all black. I use the word black. I don't like using that. Israelites. So this is John Henson. Now, if you go to Google and put in John Henson, you can put in John Henson, president of the United States, first president, whatever. There was 8 of them. They used to say 7. I believe there was 8 of them. So George Washington was not the first president of the United States. He was the first Edomite president of the United States. And when you read the backstory, Jake had to, Esau didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Jake had to lead this thing. And then, of course, it was given to Esau to fulfill prophecy. Right? It says John Henson, the first, and there's another 7 of them. The first president of the United States. A black man, a Moor. John Henson was the first president of Flickr. Do a little bit reading. John Henson was an influential figure in early American history, often recognized as the first president of the United States under the Article of Confederation. That's when the states were coming together. Remember, at that time, there was only 13 colonies. Gad had the rest of the land, and they had to take down Gad, and Issachar and so forth. His leadership during a critical period of the nation's formation paved the way for the future presidency and establishment of a unified government, like it started with the 13 colonies. In this article, we will delve into the life and contribution of John Henson, exploring his role in shaping the United States and the implication of his presidency. In other words, the brains of the operation of the birth of the United States were Jake. They had to show Esau. Esau were a bunch of, they were on a low level. But this truth is coming out. I mean, you can read this story. Let me go to early life. Okay, personal data and biography. He was born, birth date 1721. So he came long before talking about this was long before Washington. Birthplace, province of Maryland. And there was at one time, part of Maryland was a section of Maryland was called Rome, which is D.C., which is in D.C. A death date. Okay, so he lived how many years? Yeah, he lived a little more than 60 years. Position, president of the Continental Congress. Continental Congress at that time was the 13 colonies. Let's look at this. Early life and education. Henson grew up in a wealthy family. That was Jake. Jake was, I'm telling you, Esau doesn't tell you that. They cut out this history, man, which allowed him access to good education. His upbringing installed in him a sense of responsibility and leadership. After completing his education, he became involved in local governance, which further fueled his passion for public service. Political career. John Henson's political career began when he was elected to the Maryland Assembly. He was a staunch advocate for independence and played a vital role in the Revolutionary War efforts. His dedication to the cause of freedom allowed him to gain the respect and admiration of his peers, other Edomites. Now, what you got to do is, I got to find a $2 bill. In the back of the $2 bill, they got a bunch of guys, and you can see certain Jakes in that picture or that painting on the $2 bill. They saying that this guy, John Hancock, was actually a Jake. So they don't teach you this in elementary school, high school. That they hide the history. So this together, look at this. John Henson, the first president of the United States. Then you had another 7, and then Washington came on the scene. Let me come back over here. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Who made America great? Jake. And at that time, you had slavery, but you had Jakes that were free, educated, and you even had Jakes that had other Jakes as slaves. Showed you that in the movie 12 Years a Slave, when the main character, Oliver Northup, with the woman, they went to another plant. I think it was a message that they had to send. They went to another plantation, and they encountered the mistress, which was a black woman, a former slave, that the slave master fell in love with and married the woman, and she got the status of his wife. So she became a mistress, a female master. So let me see, where the hell? Let me come back over here. See, this is supposed to be him too. You can see it's like a light-skinned Jake, but this is what he actually looked like. And like I said, they will never teach you this in an American school system. Now, I don't know if that's supposed to be him. You can't see it, but right here it's supposed to be 2 Jakes. See, this is not him. Esau, what he does, he whitewashes everything. You know? Hey, 1,000 years go by, they talk about Michael Jordan. He'll be a white man looking like Mr. Clean. So the truth is coming out on these devils. All right, let me do this. Come over here. And Esau, we are Israelites, and we are the descendants of the Israelites, the royal Israelites. And the descendants of Esau are still here today. They're so-called white people. Now you got Israelites that look just like Edomites. You got Edomites that look like Jake. That's where the great sifting comes in. Okay, let me see something. And he was a Moor. A black man, a Moor, which Moor just means black. There's no nation called Moors. This is what these Moors don't understand. There's no nation of Moors. You were an Israelite. John Henson, the dark-skinned man, is John Henson in his position as president of the Continental Congress in the original painting hanging in the United States Capitol Rotunda. Well, let me see if I can get that. Okay, well that's the okay, let me see this. Let me check this out. So I don't know if they're actually talking about, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. Let me try this. Okay, US. Let me do this. Let me do it this way. John Henson. Let me see. John Henson. Come on, man. So let's see what comes up. There's a bronze statue of John Henson in the United States Capitol National Statuary Hall Collection, blah, blah, blah. We go to images, see what comes up. Okay, that's supposed to be John Henson. And they made him look, it was bronze. The reason why they made him bronze, or they had, you can see the facial features is not him. Okay, let me do this. That's clearly iconoclasm. Oh, look at this, John Henson. Now this is supposed to be the Jake. They got him in the bed. Wait a minute, President. Look at that. They made it crack. They made him an Edomite. They Edomized him. See how this devil was a lie. He's nothing but a lie. Okay. United States Capitol. Let's see what this one is. So you had Jakes in there, but they made them look like Edomites. Now you can clearly see that John Henson is a dark-skinned Jake. That's supposed to be him. But look at the face. They made him bronze, but they made the facial features were this bullshit. This Esau is nothing but a lie, man. It's a lie, a master deceiver. Nah, you niggas wasn't running nothing. You was slaves. You had Jake back there in the early 1700s that were educated, that were in wealthy households. Dude, this really gets to me, man. This is supposed to be John Henson, and they somehow he went from this to that. Why you think we called y'all a bunch of devils? And the word devil just means diabolos, which is false accuser. You're saying that you're the people, therefore we're not the people. In the Apocrypha, was that First Maccabees 3:48. I'm not going to go to it. Speaks about the images. They went into the book of the law and they put their images in there. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges. These were the original judges of America, what made America great was Jake. Matter of fact, there was 8 of them all together. Some say 7. Again, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And if Esau was done away, as vocab would say, he already done away as a nation. If that was the case, Jacob would be done away with. Because you can't have a Jacob without an Esau, opposing sides, the good, righteous, and the wicked. So Esau's still here. If Esau is not here, then Jacob is in power. Jacob is not in power. When Jacob is in power, when I say Jacob, I'm talking about the Israelites, when we are in power, that's going to be the kingdom of heaven. So we're not in the kingdom of heaven. So guess what? Esau is still in power. That's why I said about vocab. He roll up, any of his people roll up. Now he's sending Jacob there, like they just strolling by and they happen to know all kind of scriptures. They were sent by vocab, most likely. Call the cops on them too. We're not here to discuss things and have debates back and forth with you. We're here to tell you what's up. If you can't see it, then we're gonna move on. I'm gonna ask you to move down the street. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say, I said I was gonna make this short. I went a little long. With that, I'm gonna say shalom. On to the next shalom.